We're really digging into the pile now, aren't we? Movie number 6 of 8. Still directed by Noriako Yuasa, who's done pretty much been involved in every single one out of the show. I think also number 7 and 8 of Gamera versus Jiger, Jiger. Um, in this one, when a giant stone statue on Wester Island is disturbed, the legendary monster Jiger appears and heads for Japan. Gamera tries to stop his new rival, only to be injured when Jiger lays eggs inside of him. More on that in a minute. As two boys in a submarine go on a dangerous quest inside Gamera's body to save him, Jiger threatens the Expo 70 World's Fair in Osaka. That has got to be one of the most generic descriptions that you could ever hear for a movie. Because even at this point, Arrow was like, okay, can we just finish these? And you can tell I'm getting a little frustrated by it. This one's just bland of the finest. As usual, the monster is, I don't know, some generic triceratops that manages to shoot out like little puncture needle things that prevent Gamera from retracting and flying, and also manages to inject a baby parasite inside him. I don't know. Even at 82 minutes, this one's just slow. It's just so slow because the last third just the fights just aren't interesting, man. It's just like puppetry. It's like you can tell when they couldn't exactly get like the suit actors to perform. They just instead get little puppets and just fly them around, and it just looks so cheap and stupid. And it's just like, I don't know. I was like, I want to believe we can at least move them a little bit, but then again, the budgets we're getting right around the same thing. So much for the you asked for, like, what was that, initial $10,000 just to make it for the models, you know. So it just doesn't work. Yeah, it's like there's like I said, several wide shots. There's this wide shot of Gamera walking when he is infected by the baby Jiger, and eventually he just stops like right near a body of water, and I'm like, that was an interesting shot. It was an interesting 30-second long take. I was surprised by that. So it's like, there's that. But yeah, most interesting parts are when the children actually, I guess, kind of hijack a submarine. Does that sound familiar? And actually go inside the turtle. And I'm like, okay, now we have something we haven't seen before. They're actually exploring the interior with all the walls and everything, and they actually managed to use like these X-rays, and we actually get to see his skeletal structure. So at least that was interesting before they see the baby monster, and they defeat it using what was it, an extremely low frequency from a transceiver. And I'm like, okay, finally we're getting something interesting. This was an interesting way of doing it. Even though it's just footage of just really weird interiors, at least it was unique. I'll say that. But that's really all I can say about it, man. It's like, it was kind of cool seeing the Expo 70, I guess. I guess even seeing Jiger after being pinned down because of the statue for thousands of years comes out and hydrates itself by drinking water. That was kind of funny. So, and I guess there's this little doctor who's like saying, yeah, but it would be unscientific, we couldn't come up with anything to explain why all these people are sick. There's some poison or whatever when they're touching the statue. Then he takes a drink of alcohol for whatever reason. That was funny, but just the fight is boring. They also show like an elephant that has a whole bunch of larva parasite inside of its trunk, and they actually show it, even though it's in black and white. It is still very disgusting to look at, and I'm like, no, why do we have this? This is gross. I don't want to see this crap. Even though it's 10 seconds, an elephant getting its trunk slit to remove all the parasites, it's still disgusting. Ugh. Anyway, I wish I could say more about this movie. I mean, they kind of restart Gamera's heart with a power plant. Apparently, it's a, what was that? We find out he's 200 feet tall and weighs 60 tons. Wow. All right then. They restart his heart with the nearby electrical grid that also gives Osaka enough power for one day. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I really can't say much more than that. The Expo 70 was the World's Fair. It was the first visit, I think, to Asia, or at least in Osaka. So, of course, they're going to feature it, and it said, hey, don't destroy any, what is it? Don't destroy any miniatures of the, event. And this was also really the only time that Godzilla and Gamera interacted, because I think, what was it, on the IMDb were saying, it was the only time that Godzilla and Gamera interacted, because the, what was it, the Jiger or Giron suit or something like that walked around near Godzilla on stage, and there was like maybe a 5 to 10 second clip of it, but other than that, that's it. It's just like, that's really it. I guess the monster appears from Moo, because at the same time in Japan, for boys magazines, I'm guessing Shonen Jump or whatever, like under like lost continents, civilizations, etc. were the rage at the time. So they said, okay, so we're going to include this in our giant monster movie. So I guess that was an okay way of doing it. And I guess it's a little better than Aliens, but I'm really clutching at straws here to try and find something positive. So I don't know how I feel about this. With the negatives, the fights are really boring. There's too many. The wide shots are. There's not much happening. The effects look dated, especially with the puppetry when they're flying in the air, and just it's. I really don't care about the humans. Just like you think that you're going to care about the kids, and ultimately, no, you don't. But I guess the positives: go inside Gamera. For the first time ever, that's truly a unique concept. Bringing in lost civilizations is interesting. I guess the couple of funny scenes here and there gave me a chuckle or two, so I don't know. Honestly, this series is really starting to get bad. Oh, wait, maybe there's one funny scene involving some kind of cartoonish moments during the fights, but other than that, like when Gamera puts telephone poles in his ears to block out the sound, and there's like a seesaw moment during one of the fights. Other than that, thumbs down. Thumbs down. I guess watch only for your completionists to review them all. Other than that, the movie sucks.